What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another game, MC versus Puma here, and this time we're on Metalopolis. We can see Puma spawning here in the 3 o'clock position as our red Terran player, and up here in the 12 o'clock is MC as a blue Protoss. So yes, we're at Metalopolis. Looks like spawn positions here. Going to be that close air distance position. That's different from an actual, what's known as the close positions, and that's referring to ground position. So if MC were situated over here versus Puma, then that would be a close ground position. But I just refer to this as close air position. Now this does mean that drops can be quite effective. Even possibly Void Ray harass from MC or Banshee harass from Puma can be effective. Given the short distance between these two, you're going to get that harass out so much earlier than you would if you had to traverse all the way across the map. Also, it's much easier to kind of sneak that on through before your opponent can scout it than if you have to walk clear across the map. And even having to circumvent it just takes a lot more time. So yes, that's what I wanted to say there. So here we go. Starting off things, MC chrono boosting on those first 2 workers after that pylon finishes. Gonna probably be doing 1 or 2 of those, and then using additional chrono boost on his units as well as his upgrades, like of course that warp gate research, and sometimes that chrono boost of that first or second stalker does take place as well, depending on how aggressive he wants to be. So there's that second chrono boost on the Nexus for his workers, and then he should probably be saving up a little bit of energy, at least for the next 2 chrono boosts to be again on research and or units. We can see MC right now moving across the map with his probe, and he will actually be scouting out Puma right away. Puma looks to be fairly standard so far. Looks like that was 12 racks and 13 refinery. And here we go, probe moving right on up. So MC going to be able to do a little bit of harass as well as scouting. SCV pulling down for Puma. That's going to shoo away the probe momentarily. But once those shields recharge, expect him to turn around and re-engage. MC doing what's necessary, getting out that scouting information. He wanted to see the gas. He wanted to know, okay, if there was no gas, we would be expecting probably a 1 racks expand from Puma. And actually, Puma will be coming down, finishing off that wall off. He should be dropping that second depot sometime soon. Finishing off that wall off and stopping. Is he going to do it? It's going to be very close. He should be all right. There we go. So he does finish off that wall off. Marine popping out, taking out the probe. So there's 1 free kill. And now Puma is free to scout out MC's base. Now, MC, the first, the Cybernex core isn't out and actually hasn't come out with the unit. There we go. Finally coming out with the Zealot. And you can see right now, again, saving up some of that energy. We got a second assimilator coming out, and that will pop before that Cybernex core finishes. So going fairly gas-heavy, MC, and actually popping at about the same time. We're going to be seeing that warp gate research right away, and we should be seeing a chrono boost either on the Zealot and Stalker or starting on that Cybernetics core, one or the other. I wonder if he's going to wait. There we go. So is dropping the chrono boost there on that Zealot, and that's actually going to transfer right on over into the production of that Stalker as well. Zealot getting 2 shots. So very close, but no cigar. The SCV is going to make it away. Obviously, that probe is gone right now. Didn't have to see its demise to know it died. Let's see what got it. There we go. That is the hero Marine right there with the probe kill. Starting out, bunch of Marines, and actually, there we go, factory, and here comes another Rax as well. A pretty interesting opening here from Puma. Looking forward to seeing what he decides to come out with. We've got a Zealot streaming across the map. First Stalker is out, and looks like he will be heading across the map as well. We're going to see that followed up with a second Stalker, and yes, we will. Second Stalker will be getting chrono boosted out, so a little bit of early aggression. Marines taking advantage of that high ground vision. Unfortunately, not breaking through those shields. We can see 8 shields left. Zealot really taking no damage there at all because those shields will recharge. SCV Scout meandering about, getting ready to move in for secondary scouting sometime soon, but we've got a Stalker and a Sentry. And it looks to be a 1. No, never mind. There's a Stargate. Oh, man, I missed it. That's what I get for not looking at the production tab. MC opening up with Void Ray play. As I mentioned at the start of the video here, can be so very effective on this map, giving that close distance. So I'm excited to see how effective he is with these Phoenixes, opening up with the Phoenix harass. MC known very well for his Phoenix micro. He has pulled out some impressive feats with those, and it's obviously a little more difficult. You see Phoenix opening much more frequently against a Zerg opponent, a little more difficult against Terran, but if you get enough Phoenixes to lift off the threatening amount of Marines that the Terran player is probable to have, then you are pretty much home free to harass the mineral line. The big thing, of course, is avoiding turrets, but right now, we've got no NG Bay, and here we go, moving in for secondary scouting. MC spotting everything now. He knows what's going on. Looks like Puma is planning another timing push akin to what we saw in one of those prior games. I believe that was game number 1 here. He was going Marine Tank and Banshee. He's going to skip the Banshee this time, go straight to the Raven, save up that energy for the point defense drone. MC scouted that out, though. He should be pretty privy to that information. Yes, he saw everything he needed to see. Tech Lab on the factory as well as on that starport pretty much tips him off as to what to expect. So now he knows what's going on. We've got continued Phoenix production here, and I'm excited to see how he ends up falling through. Now I need to see if Puma knows what's going on. No, he doesn't. He hasn't spotted this yet. He could just drop a scan at any point, although he's obviously been saving that energy to drop those mules, so hasn't managed to do that yet. We get that second SCV scout moving in. He is checking the lack of expansion right now. Puma realizing MC hasn't expanded. It's going to make him wonder, so we might see a scan sometime soon as a result. Take a look at when he hits that next 50 energy. He could very well scan then, unless he sees those Phoenixes before that point, and then there's really no reason for him to scan. He would know exactly what's going on. So here come the Phoenixes, and there we go, moving right on in, destroying the Raven. Very nice. Didn't take any losses there, dropping down the mule because he does not need to scan. He knows what's going on. Realizing no expansion, he thought something funny was going on. Oh no, one Phoenix vulnerable. OMC. That was a bit of miss micro. He could have put that Phoenix on the outer edge and prevented him from being within the range of those Marines. So right now, this Phoenix is just getting some scouting information. We've got Blink Stalkers coming through. MC actually dropping a 4th gateway. Now again, keep in mind, he knows exactly what's going on right now. He's got a full scout with these super fast Phoenixes of Puma's base. He sees the tanks. He sees those unupgraded Marines. He sees no attachments on the racks. And he saw that Raven, so he knows precisely what's happening. Now, keep in mind, the first Raven got taken out. A little bit of damage to those Phoenixes. First Raven for Puma did get taken out, and that's a cause for concern, obviously, because he needed that Raven to save up energy for a point defense drone. So we do have some Blink Stalkers coming on through, although these numbers are getting pretty high right now. Marine numbers very strong at this point. 21 Marines sitting on just those 3 tanks. He's got some more coming out. This is still going to be a pretty devastating push. We have MC getting ready to push out for an attack in response to this. The Blink Stalkers have finished right now. Phoenix production has halted. He's been saving all of his resources for those Blink Stalkers, but he's keeping up the scouting. And again, with this constant scouting, he knows what's going on. There is no question in his mind as to what's happening right now. So here we go. MC dancing about right now. We're just moving all around, being all sorts of fancy. And I'm a little concerned right now for Puma, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh boy, those Marines. Whew. Oh, those Marines. Very, very dangerous to those Phoenixes. Now, keep in mind, without Stim Pack, a little bit less scary. And wow, MC! What is going on? Hiding an expansion over here. That is crazy talk, my friends. That is absolutely crazy. Obviously, MC's plan is, if this aggression that he looks to be planning doesn't pan out, then what he hopes to do is just have this hidden expansion once that big death push does come against his main. And I'm actually interested to see if he's going to actually decide to push out or if he's just saving this for a flank. Now, with this constant scouting from these Phoenixes, he will know precisely what's going on and when this push is coming. Obviously, Puma, no position to expand right now. He's just churning out these units. He has decided to get that combat shield for this push. The Raven should have that point defense drone in 1 second. There we go. Point defense drone is now available. So might be going out with that combat shield timing push. And I wonder if MC is going to try to sandwich it or not. And there we go, killing off the scouting SCV. Free kill for those Phoenixes as they continue to dance around and get their scouting information. But Puma's getting ready to mobilize. He's ready to push out. Now, again, keep in mind, we have MC's hidden base situated right over here. Looks like they did lose another scout over there. I'm guessing that was an SCV scout, and Puma's going to try to push forward and take that out. Again, no Stim Pack makes this a little difficult to actually catch up to Blink Stalkers. In fact, it's pretty much impossible to catch up to Blink Stalkers. But he can hope that they try to walk into his tanks and taking advantage of the fact that most of the Marines out of the main. Phoenixes over here in the main for MC, doing a bit of damage right now. He's actually down to just the 2. So it looks like he did lose 1 to some Marine fire. I'm assuming that's what that was. But still, taking out a few Marines there, getting a few kills. And here we go right now. Puma continuing to try to push against these Blink Stalkers. MC needs to be very careful. We do have a DT coming into play. Not sure how effective that's going to be, though. Keep in mind, we do have a Raven on board, so you know that detects those kinds of things. So I'm really not sure how effective this one DT is going to be, but he's still pushing out with it. MC walking actually across the map with it, and that's a little dangerous right now. Yeah, Blink Stalkers in the main. Oh my gosh, Blink Stalkers in the main, and Puma forced to lift off. He's transferring his command center over. He's pushing all in. He says, Blink Stalkers in the main, screw this. I'm going to just lift off my orbital, walk into the main, and see what I can do. And MC's in a little bit of a scary spot. He's got Zealots trying to protect this expansion, but he knows he needs those at his main right now. Puma, oh, this is a strong death push right now. He's not dropping that point defense drone yet. He's going to wait till those Blink Stalkers get involved. There are all those SCVs and losing that command center. He's got enough resources to rebuild one, and there we go, rebuilding the command center at the expansion, and just walking up into the main and shredding through all of these production buildings at the same time. MC with that counterattack. Blink Stalker's trying to kill off what buildings that he can. He's going to have free access to all of these depots, but unbelievable right now. Huge base trade here between Puma and MC, and oh my gosh, MC Just, his base is getting torn to shreds. Puma, look at this. Unfortunately, you know, Puma's at the distinct advantage of being able to lift off his buildings and fly them away, and that is not something that MC is able to do, unfortunately. And oh my gosh, now here we go with that expansion. All these Blink Stalkers going to engage. We got a few more Blink Stalkers over there in the main with a few Zealots, and those DT continue to try to do as much damage as possible. Again, MC does have this Expo up. Oh, but Puma just shredded through that base so quickly. And unfortunately, MC didn't manage to take out as much as he would have liked. We still have a bunch of these production buildings sitting right over here. So Puma, with this rebuilt expansion right here, is just going to land down these production buildings, protect his Expo, and I don't know, he should be okay. MC spotting this now, going to lift it up and kill off that SCV. Actually, no, he didn't manage to kill off that SCV, just lifted it up, and now he knows what's happening. And oh, this is really actually scary for MC. Now again, keep in mind, we got this base over here. Puma must be scratching his head right now, saying, what the heck is going on? DT finishing off the last of those depots. So, you know, it's going to be quite a while before Puma... Oh, no! Oh, no! Is he really going to just lift these off and fly them around? I think he is. Puma is just going to try to find MC's base with his huge death force, and he's just going to lift off these buildings, and that is it. Oh, that's kind of bad manners, but you know what? I don't know if I can blame him. It's going to work. Now, do we have Phoenixes? We still do have Phoenixes in place, so those Phoenixes can engage these buildings over here. As soon as this expansion does get dropped, he's going to be aware of where that is, and he could kill it off with those Phoenixes. I don't know if he has enough, though. He's going to be sacrificing those Blink Stalkers, finally pulling away. And is Puma going to repair? No, it's not burning yet, so he's not going to bother repairing. So Blink Stalkers here in the high ground. Big depth force here of Marines, SCVs, one Raven, and a bunch of siege tanks here for Puma. Puma setting up shop. And now this is pretty defended against a small amount of Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalkers plus those Zealots and DTs walking back home. Try to defend. Oh, no. He's got his Warp Gate tech back up. He's coming out with a couple more gateways. Obviously, right now, he's the only one mining. So MC trying to get himself back into this game. Here we go. Push out. Oh, Blink Stalkers getting caught out of position. Losing. I think he lost at least one. It looks like there were the remnants of one there. Could have been even two. Now, again, without the stim pack, unfortunately, those Marines aren't that well suited to actually engage here. Oh, needs to be careful. Whoa, Stalkers, please be careful. Losing another Stalker again. And this is something that MC really can't afford. He cannot afford to be losing these units. He's going to be blinking onto the high ground once he gets cornered there. There we go. He's nice and protected right now. Needs to drop. There's the Guardian Shield. We're going to have a point defense drone, though. We get some Zealots over here as well. DT will get shredded through because it will be spotted by that Raven. MC really needs to actually kind of focus on that Raven. If he can get that Raven down, he's actually in a pretty good spot because there would be no cloak detection at all. There we go! Taking advantage of the transferring siege tanks, killing off the one. A little bit of damage to that one as well. And we're going to see those force fields, but again, Puma can just lift up onto the main with what he has here. He's going to set up shop and get within firing range. Just needs to get a little more vision. There we go. He is within firing range. And oh no! Going right up into the main. And Puma right up into the main because the Blink Stalkers for MC are halfway across the map. And that is not good at all. This is not good for MC. He's forced to push back right now with his Blink Stalkers. But is it going to be too late? I'm going to say the answer to that is yes. He's got a few more Warpins coming in. This is a tough situation right now. MC's about to lose his Nexus. He doesn't have the resources to rebuild anymore. So if he loses this, that's pretty much it right now. Pushing forward right now with those Marines. Killing off the Nexus. And MC can't rebuild, and I don't think he has the forces to contend with this. He's going to actually be trying to hit up from the backside with those Blink Stalkers. He does have a lot, but his forces are split up. That's the big problem right now. Trying to even the odds over here with a couple of force field Zealots chopping through a bunch of those. Not enough. Oh, we do have enough for another point defense drone. And oh my gosh, both players losing their base right now. Pushing forward with those Marines, trying to do what he can. He's target firing down as much as he can. The DT gets dropped because of that Raven. And the Marines are shredding through the rest right now. Blink Stalker still dancing around over here, afraid to engage that spread out siege line. Who is going to be killing off the rest of these buildings, and all MC will have is this pylon over here. Once he loses that, we've got those Phoenixes taking out this over here, and he knows where the last one is, so if he can take out that starport before his opponent Puma can take out the last of his bases, he's going to win the game. So here we go. MC pushing across the map right now, and all he has to do is take out this starport before Puma. This is a base race in the truest sense of a form. Oh my gosh, Puma taking out the last gateway. And if he can just find that pylon right now, we do have MC trying to defend that pylon. Phoenix is doing what they can to work down that starport. We can see that slowly. Unfortunately, it takes Phoenixes quite a while to take out buildings. And here we go. Puma needs to push across and just take out that pylon. The starport getting slowly worked down right now. He's moving forward to engage. That's quite a bit of Blink Stalkers. Starport continuing to get worked down. Starport almost destroyed. All he has to do is kill one more pylon, but he's going to lose that starport. Blink Stalkers doing what they can to defend that pylon. This is all the Blink Stalkers have to do, and their life has been successful. Starport is just about to drop. Starport down to 100 HP. We've got that pylon still up right now. Is the Starport going to get dropped before the pylon? What's going to happen? 22 HP. He just needs to kill down. And is there another building somewhere? There's another barracks. I didn't even see that. There's another barracks right now, and the Blink Stalker's not able to kill it. And MC forced to call the GG. And oh my gosh. That was ridiculous, guys. That was unbelievable. And as you may realize, this in fact wasn't a best of 3. That was a huge faux pas on my part. It was actually a best of 5. I saw 3 games. I assumed it was a best of 3. So if coming into this third game, you're saying, Forrest, you're an idiot, this is not a third game because Puma won the first 2. Yes, Puma did win the first 2, and he won the third. And being actually a best of 5, he took the series straight out, just clearing MC. Unreal finale. That was, oh my gosh. Oh, man, just a little more DPS. Oh, that was so sad. I cannot believe I didn't even see that barracks. Where'd that come from? I had no idea what was going on. I'm sure you guys at home saw it flying all over the minimap, and you're like, Force, pay attention to that big blotch on the minimap. But anyways, I missed it. No big deal. Whatever. Best of 5 series, not a best of 3, going to Puma. What a way to wrap things up. Got some more commentary coming out for you today, so keep an eye out for that. If you love StarCraft 2, I love StarCraft 2. I love all sorts of stuff. Heyo. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning. That was nuts.